This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing. Cool Green Clothing is a Baltimore-based clothing line that started back in 2018 and has been growing strong ever since. Make sure you follow Cool Green Clothing on Facebook and IG at Cool Green Clothing, and check out their website, coolgreenclothing.com, where you can find the latest cool green fashions and hats, women's apparel, and the latest men's collection. Remember, if you ain't coolin' and getting the green, you're in the way.
Don't know now, you know, man. Come check them out, man. Flat out.
Oh, they
That's
know now. They waking up. They waking up.
They waking up. A whole lot of that shit going on right now. We're dead.
Alrighty, bro.
You see the hat dripping, you see the shirt dripping.
Exactly, my nigga dripping all on the cement out this bitch, man.
You feel me? We dripping
all dripping all on the cement.
Yes, sir. You feel me?
Man.
Yeah. Shout out, man. Shout out to Cool Green, man. You feel me? Variety of stuff, man. You feel me? Good dude for real. You know what I mean? His design is impeccable, man. You know what I mean? It speaks for itself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It speaks for itself for real. For itself, man. But who could really rock it like I rock it? You heard?
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to like, comment, share. Definitely watch the video to the end. Let's get right into it. Police and the court system all over the world are looked at by some people as protecting and doing justice. But in inner cities, nobody wants to come in contact with the law, and definitely not be judged in the courtroom with people who don't understand you or your environment. It's been cases where people do decades in prison for mistaken identity, or witnesses making up a story, or police trying to secure a conviction just to be released years later with just an apology. Since time is the one thing we can't get back, it's the toughest challenge a person could face. The wrong place at the wrong time can cost you your life or your freedom. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing a case that has been going on for years and 5 trials. Kevin Jones, who was unfortunately hit, and Keith Davis Jr., who Baltimore police pointed to as the suspect. Kevin Jones was a security guard at Pimlico Race Course. While at work one day, unfortunately, the young man was met with a hail of bullets, taking his life. As Baltimore police went on a hunt, the streets was hot and wasn't safe for anyone fitting the description of a suspect in the area. This is where things get tricky though. According to records, hours after the shooting, a hack driver was robbed, and after the incident, he would tell police in the area. Somehow Baltimore police ended up giving chase to Keith Davis and eventually cornered the man in a garage where more than 40 shots were fired, striking Keith. BPD alleged they recovered a blicky from on top of the refrigerator they alleged Keith was hiding. After Keith was arrested and charged with a blicky and robbery case at first, but while at court, the hack driver told the courts Keith wasn't the man that robbed him, stating the man he told the police about had dreads and Keith had a regular haircut. The jury acquitted Keith for the robbery, but he was found guilty of the alleged blicky. The police claimed that they found, and he was given a mandatory minimum of 5 years in prison. But only 1 week after receiving his time, Keith was charged with the murder of Kevin Jones. Police claimed the blicky Keith allegedly had, ballistics matched the crime scene of the security guard's shooting 5 hours later and a quarter mile away. They alleged Keith's cell phone records showed he was in the area at the time and claimed the motive was a neighborhood beef. Keith's community and family was outraged, including his wife, who was a community activist. Friends stated Keith was at their house that night, which was close to the racetrack, as Baltimore is a small city. They also argued why police did not get the surveillance footage from the shooting scene, and they did not detail how the blicky and casings matched. Keith supporters also pointed out a cover-up, how BPD could have planted the blicky and put it in Keith's hands to get fingerprints as he was shot before being arrested to justify their actions. Cell phone records showed Keith's wife urging him to go in the house while he was in the area and it was hot at the time. But he was on the porch at one of his friend's house. At the first trial, Keith spoke on his behalf, but not at the second trial. While locked up, a jailhouse informant told authorities Keith admitted to him about the shooting. but lawyers said it was incredible because the man was looking for a time cut. As time went on, Keith's wife and family spoke out to the mayor and police, seeking more evidence and new trials, stating another black man wrongfully accused. 4 trials would take place, 2 with a hung jury, one in which Keith's conviction was overturned. Then he was convicted in the 4th trial and sentenced to 50 years. Keith's family continued to fight for justice, with BPD and prosecutors claiming they are sure they got the right man. Keith has been granted a 5th trial this year, in which his family and friends are still by his side. And a lot of Baltimore residents felt as though they know how BPD gets down and feels like it's a political cover-up with no real evidence, even trying to watch Keith's behavior while he in prison to secure the conviction. This case is a prime example of wrong place at the wrong time. Keith wouldn't even have been arrested in the first place if he wasn't falsely accused of robbing a hack driver. Rest in peace to Kevin Jones. I send my deepest condolences to his family. More of this story, the system is based off convenience. Police don't like complex cases and will not admit if they are wrong in a situation. Innocent people get jammed up every day. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story, you feel me? You know what I mean? Like I said, Keith family and friends feel like the man innocent. You know, it's a lot of circumstantial evidence. To me, they ain't really got nothing on him. You know, like I said, Baltimore small. Just because he was in the area at the time, which they say he was at a friend's house on the porch in the area. And then, like I said, the hack driver tried to say that Keith robbed him. But at the end of the day, the police wouldn't even been on him if it wasn't for that situation. And then for them to shoot over 40 times and hitting him, then for him getting locked up just for robbery at first, but all of a sudden y'all coming back saying, no, you responsible for this hit on this young man. It do sound kind of suspect, you feel me? It's like almost like a cover up because they know they would have been found wrong for the shooting, you know what I mean? Because this wasn't even y'all suspect and y'all hit this man up, almost took his life, man. But like I say, man, it's a crazy situation. Rest in peace to the young man that lost his life. It's just an all around messed up situation, you feel me? But Keith has been granted a new trial this year. This will be his 5th trial. So, you know what I mean? If he innocent, of course, hopefully justice gets served, you feel me? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, this court system tricky. They like to play these kind of games, especially if they in the wrong. They ain't gonna never admit that. But y'all already know, man, this is another episode of the Baltimore Way. Be sure to like, comment, share. This your boy Tony 2 times. I love y'all, fam. I'm out.